Welcome.
Hey guys, welcome to Jack's Treasures. I'm Brian,
I'm Tracy.
and this is our ongoing series of answering questions, Q&As that are commonly asked of resellers, including us, or that we have asked as resellers. So, and remember, today and all of our questions that we do these videos every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we will be doing a podcast. We're starting a podcast that's going to be strictly focused on live reselling starting in March.
What?
But today, and oh, by the way, all of these are just our opinions. So if you have something that's a differing opinion, or you disagree with something that you heard on our show, please drop us a comment. Okay, Roman, please make sure that you give us a nice comment. Always great to see Roman's adventures. Make sure you're following him on YouTube.
Definitely.
Okay, he's an amazing person and a great supporter of the community. Today, we're going to talk about auctions versus buy it nows on eBay. So we're really going to be focusing in just on the eBay part of our discussion today. So,
If you're not familiar with eBay, years and years ago when eBay first started, it was only auctions. There was no such thing as a buy it now. So when eBay first started, and when I first started using eBay, everything was an auction. And honestly, we listed everything pretty much at like 99 cents and just let it go. Those were the days. I mean,
that was actually, I started doing the same thing. And Tracy started doing eBay about probably 10 years before I did. I started about 18 years ago. Tracy started about 28 years ago. So about 10 years more than me. But yeah, everything was auctions. That's actually what eBay started as, was an auction thing. And that was the exciting part for it. And then they announced something called the buy it now, which is exactly what it sounds like. It is don't have to worry about an auction. You don't have to worry about that item. Now, in the beginning, a lot of people would list these things for 7 days or 5 days at a buy it now.
Right.
So it was still sort of like an auction because it did have a start date and an end date, and it did end. And you had to then decide whether or not you were going to relist it before they did the auto relist part on eBay.
And a few years ago, they switched everything that is buy it now is like good till canceled. So you list something and it stays until you take it down physically, or it sells.
Yeah, or you sell it. So buy it now is commonly referred to as a bin.
Or BIN.
Yeah. Okay, buy it now. All right, so one of the things that happened when they introduced this buy it now is people didn't have to wait, because there was one of the biggest parts about the buy it now was that people did not have to wait for that auction to end. They didn't have to wait the 7 days, 5 days, 3 days, whatever it was. Right when they saw that item, they could then immediately, I'm going to move this just a little bit closer. There we go. They're going to, and then my head itches. Okay. And Tracy's nose itches. Happens when we get older.
Yes.
Okay. Especially me. Okay. Back to the point. People didn't have to wait. So it was something that was exciting. It was something that was new, and everybody started taking advantage of it. It was like an instant payoff. There you go. Here's the item. Here's what I'm selling it for. Boom. It sells.
Boom.
Okay. Yeah. What happened to the auctions? The auction prices started to lose value because people were buying them off of the buy it nows. Okay. So people that were having auction prices, they were noticing that those things that they were starting at 99 cents were ending at 99 cents. Okay. Or they weren't going up to the $5, $10, $20 range, whatever it may be. They were going up to the $3 range or the $2 range. And so people all started to go to the buy it now, using the buy it now feature on eBay. When you comp an item, which I think we've covered comping an item on one of our previous videos, so please check that out if you want to know about that. When you're comping an item, you almost never look at the auctions.
Because the auctions are going to be crazy. Sometimes they're stupid high. Most of the time they're stupid low. They don't give you a good base level cost of an item.
Yeah, and you want to look at what is that item selling at? What is that item currently selling at? What's the level that it's selling at right now? when I'm making my purchase. Okay. So buy it nows are really, really good for that particular purpose right there. Another great feature that is included in with the buy it now. And by the way, you can do a auction with a buy it now feature. So you could say, I'm going to start an auction off at, let's say I'm going to think that an item's going to go for $100. I could start it off at $50 on auction for 5 days with a buy it now of $99.
Right.
Okay. And then when you do that, you're taking advantage of two of the big modes or models that are on eBay. We don't normally generally do that unless that is a higher ticket item. Or when would you normally use an auction? Because we've done auctions.
I will use auctions for items that I can't figure out an exact good comp for, especially if I think it might be higher, but I can't guarantee it. Let's say I look up this pack of stickers here, and I see that, well, man, one kind of similar to it went for $100, but it wasn't this exact model number. Maybe at that point I try running this at an auction for like $75 and just see if it wants to go up to that 100 or even higher, because maybe that's the rare type.
Right.
You know?
Or you find something that you can't find at all. It's like, I have looked for, days and days and days. I've done the Google search, Google Lens,
right,
all of this stuff, and nothing is coming up with this particular item. But it's a good looking item. It looks really, really sweet. It's really kind of neat.
I'll start it at the base minimum that I would be happy letting that go out of my house and putting it at an auction and let the people decide.
And then let's see what ends up happening with it. And let's say it doesn't sell. What do I do with it then? Well, believe it or not, and this might be a shock to some people, I list it then at $50 higher than what my auction price was. And at a buy it now. What is the caveat that I do with that, though? Which would be what?
Best offer.
Accepting, making offers, willing to accept offers in your buy it now. Now, there are items that I have in my store on eBay that I do not have offers on. These are items that are less than $20, $30. I put them on sale. I'm not going to take offers on them after I put them on sale. I think that that's a good price for them where they're at right there. I'll either wait for the market to catch up back up to where they were when we comped the item. Maybe sometimes, because sometimes the market goes up and the market goes down for the buy it now for eBay's. Just depending on how much gets in there, I'll wait for it to correct itself, or I'll put it on sale depending on the length that the item has been in that item.
Let me discuss probably the one case that I list more things at auction than any others. And for me, that's when I'm dealing with precious metals. If I'll get like a gold ring in a storage unit and it's 14 karat gold. I will weigh that. I will start the auction at what spot price is for gold that day and have it at an auction.
Also known as scrap price.
And it started at an auction because quite often the beauty of the particular piece of jewelry makes it worth more than just the scrap price. So I kind of let the people decide, hey, do y'all feel this is worth so much more than the scrap price? Or, if someone wants to buy it from me for scrap price, then that's fine.
Right. And there are some things that you're going to do that with. One of the things, when I was a teacher, one of the things that I used to tell my students when it came to economy is that economy is based on the price of an item is based on the highest amount somebody is willing to pay for that item, not the lowest amount. The highest amount that item sells at is where the manufacturers want to sell that item for. So when you're doing an auction, I never start auctions at 99 cents anymore. I see it. I see people that do it on eBay all the time. There are still people that they're very big volume sellers. They have nothing in the items and they run them on auctions. And their whole thing is not selling one item for 99 cents, but selling 100 items to one person at 99 cents for each item.
The only case I could see myself listing something for 99 cents on eBay auction would be something that I know is going to fly up anyway, just to build that excitement a little more. Let's say I got a first edition Charizard Pokemon card, and I know that's going to sell for
Yeah,
hundreds.
because once
every
Ray,
day.
the Nashville Flipper, sees that, he's bidding.
Right.
You know,
But-
and he'll bid that at 99 cents.
I
and,
know
you
it. I know it's going to go up. There is
Yeah.
nothing that could happen to make this card not go for at least close to normal value. Rather than starting it at normal value, I might go ahead and start it at 99 cents just to build that excitement. But that is like a maybe once every 2 year occurrence that I find something that
That's
fits
one
that.
of the things about it is for Tracy and I. And by the way, just to let you know, we do have separate stores. Okay, on eBay, we have 2 separate stores on eBay that we run separately of each other. We're not listing the same items, so we're not competing with each other or anything like that. We have 2 entirely separate stores. We don't really do a lot of auctions. We've done auctions before, and a lot of times an auction, again, is one of those things where we just can't find a good comp price for it. We see items that are similar to it that are all over the place, so we kind of start in the middle and see. And again, it also is based on what is our buy-in cost.
Yep.
And what is that cost for it, and how much space is it taking on our shelf?
Another good example of when we used a lot of auctions was when we got some really like banger vintage tees that were in bad shape. Because trying to put a fair value on that for everybody was hard. Because some people wanted to take those and cut them up and do things with them, and they're willing to pay more than I was comfortable listing as
because that's one of those things.
Now
You
price.
think about it; it's a vintage. I know she's referring to a Nirvana shirt that she got. That was an original Nirvana shirt from the 1990s, and this thing had more holes in it than Swiss cheese. Okay, we could list that, and we could probably list it for $100, and it would probably sell. But what are we doing when we do that? If we don't like specify and show every single hole and and almost measure it, it's somebody's going to try to open up a return, item not as described. They didn't mention this hole or whatever it may be. So if we do it in an auction and we do the same things with it, then at that point it takes a little bit of the stress off of us, and it then puts it onto the buyer. Okay, so we do use auctions, but the percentage of our listings versus auction listings is probably about less than 1%.
I would say in the past year, I've maybe auctioned 5 to 10 things at most.
And I've probably done about 3 in the past year. But now, granted, my store is a lot smaller than Tracy's store when it comes to the auction. Okay, but it's all. Yes. I love you. So, but you do want to do, now here's another thing. Do you take offers? And when you do a buy it now, do you have to take offers on your thing? And what is the limit and how do you set up your offers?
That's a whole other question. I mean,
so that's something that we probably will discuss in another video. Of the offer of taking offers and things like that. Give us your impressions. Do you sell on auctions on eBay? And also one other thing, do you consider an auction on eBay a static listing or a live selling? Because I consider it a live, she considered it as a static. So you got to give us your comments on that one, okay?
Didn't people already comment on this?
No, they did not. Okay, they did not.
I don't remember who, but I feel like someone gave their opinion and they agreed with me.
No, I won.
Who was that? Was that Chris?
I
or
don't
was
believe.
that Corey?
I don't believe so.
Who was
that? I
that?
don't believe so. I don't remember. I don't remember any of that. But give us your comments down below. Make sure, guys, we are trying so hard to build our brand. Literally, we are doing 3 videos a week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
And then some shorts.
And then we do some shorts. And also we are going to be starting a podcast that we're going to be recording. And if you want to be a part of our podcast, just drop us a note in the comments down below saying, hey, I'd love that idea. Can you
tell us what live selling means to you? Because that's what we want, live selling stories. We want to know how you feel about it. Even if you're a detractor, we'd love to talk to you.
Yes, definitely. So leave your comments down below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
Tell your friends about us, okay? Send your friends over to Jack's Treasures. We would definitely appreciate that.
Definitely.
It's been a long day, guys. I just want you to know right now, it's like coming up on 10 o'clock at night. We just got back from Knoxville, Tennessee. Tracy's posting a short today of our purchases from McKay's. Oh my gosh. The receipt is 8 feet long. The receipt that we got from McKay's today is
Cost
8
us
feet long.
$72.
$72, okay, out of our pocket, okay? So like, share, and subscribe. As always, please, if you could do anything to help stop soldier suicide, no matter what it is, no matter how small it is, the link is down below. Please do what you can to help. That is something that is near and dear to Jack's Treasure's heart. Yes, I did serve. And also,
Pet a furry, gray, one-eyed cat today.
yes, that is our cat, Jack. Peace out from Jack's Treasures.
Bye.